On election night, November 5, 2025, New York City pulsed with anticipation. The air was thick with the kind of energy that only a city like New York can generate. It was as if every street, every building, and every person was holding their breath, waiting for the moment that could change everything. The city's usual noise faded into a single hopeful melody as results trickled in. The cacophony of honking horns and bustling crowds was replaced by the quiet hum of televisions and radios, all tuned to the same channel, all waiting for the same news. In packed halls and crowded bars, New Yorkers of every background gathered, faces lit by the glow of their screens. It was a rare moment of unity in a city known for its diversity and its divisions. Strangers became friends, if only for a night, united by a common hope. This wasn't just another election, it felt like a turning point. The air was electric with the possibility of change, a change that many had longed for, but few had dared to believe could actually happen. The grassroots campaign, once dismissed as fringe, was now at the center of the city's attention. Volunteers who had knocked on doors and made countless phone calls were now seeing the fruits of their labor. Their efforts had brought them to this pivotal moment. Car horns blared, strangers exchanged smiles, and the old cynicism gave way to something new. It was as if the city itself was shedding its old skin, revealing a fresh, hopeful face to the world. The numbers on the screen told a story of quiet revolution, a candidate who broke the mold. This was not just a win, it was a statement, a declaration that the old ways were no longer acceptable. As victory became clear, excitement deepened into vindication for those who had built this movement from the ground up. Their hard work, their dedication, and their belief in a better future had finally paid off. For them, this wasn't a shock. It was the city finally demanding a government that saw and heard them. It was a moment of recognition, a moment when the voices of the many were finally louder than the voices of the few. The city that never sleeps was finally dreaming a new dream, a dream of inclusivity, of progress, and of a future where every voice mattered. And on this electric night, that dream felt closer than ever before. At the center of this political earthquake is Zohran Mamdani, a name that has become synonymous with change and progress in New York City. His journey is a story as New York as it gets, filled with the hustle, diversity, and resilience that define this city. A former state assemblyman and housing counselor, Mamdani is the son of immigrants, shaped by cultures and struggles from around the world. His upbringing in Queens, one of the most diverse places on earth, gave him a unique perspective on the challenges and opportunities faced by New Yorkers. At 34, he's the youngest, first Muslim, and first South Asian mayor in city history. His election marks a significant milestone, not just for him, but for the countless communities he represents. His identity isn't a footnote, it's a bridge to communities long overlooked. Mamdani's background allows him to connect with people from all walks of life, making them feel seen and heard in a way that traditional politicians often fail to do. Mamdani's rise wasn't backed by party machines or big donors but by grassroots activism. His campaign was powered by ordinary people who believed in his vision for a more inclusive and equitable city. He fought evictions, rallied for better transit, and listened to the city's working class. His hands-on approach to politics has earned him the trust and admiration of many. His authenticity and lived experience resonated with voters tired of polished, distant politicians. Mamdani's genuine connection with the people is a refreshing change in the political landscape. He breaks down city budgets and shares stories from his Iran, watches down on Ijeran Sexter, Sansari, Ban, Proper Sonor Frime, Adigain Bam Wine. Wanted it intelligent, relatable, and real. His approach to governance is both transparent and accessible, making complex issues understandable for everyone. In a city of millions, his story finally felt like one that belonged to everyone. Zohran Mamdani's journey is a testament to the power of representation and the impact of grassroots movements in shaping the future of our cities. Mamdani's path to Gracie Mansion was a true underdog story. He faced Andrew Cuomo, the establishment's comeback king, and Curtis Sliwa, the law and order Republican. Outspent and underestimated, Mamdani's campaign relied on people power, not big money. Volunteers knocked on doors citywide, having real conversations about real problems. This relentless organizing built a coalition the polls missed. The result: Mamdani won a clear majority, Cuomo was humbled, and Sliwa faded. The victory was a statement. New Yorkers wanted real change, not recycled leadership. It was tenants over landlords, workers over corporations, and hope over cynicism. Mamdani's unapologetic message proved that bold working-class campaigns can win. His win is a blueprint for progressives nationwide. When given a real choice, people show up for change. New York's election sent shockwaves through the halls of power in Washington, D.C., landing squarely at the White House and reverberating across the nation's capital. The results were impossible to ignore, and the message was clear: Americans were demanding change. For President Trump, the 2025 off-year elections were nothing short of a disaster. His brand of politics, once dominant, was now decisively rejected by voters. The loss stung, not just for him, but for the entire Republican establishment that had rallied behind his agenda. Meanwhile, the federal government was mired in its longest shutdown ever. Federal workers went unpaid for weeks, essential services ground to a halt, and the sense of frustration grew with each passing day. The nation watched as Washington seemed paralyzed by infighting. Voters were fed up, and the polls showed it. This was a direct rebuke of dysfunction and division. Across the country, people voiced their anger at leaders who seemed more interested in scoring political points than solving real problems. The blue wave wasn't just in New York. Virginia and New Jersey made history by electing their first female Democratic governors, signaling a broader shift in political power and a hunger for new leadership. Democrats gained momentum, promising to focus on solutions, not standoffs. Their message resonated with voters who were tired of endless gridlock and eager for progress on issues like healthcare, education, and the economy. GOP leaders scrambled to respond. Some blamed the shutdown for their losses, while others tried to use Mamdani and progressive ideas as a scare tactic. But their arguments seemed to fall flat in the face of public frustration. But voters were more afraid of endless gridlock and government dysfunction than they were of bold, progressive ideas. The desire for effective governance outweighed partisan fear-mongering. The night was a clear rejection of Trumpism and politics as usual. The old strategies no longer inspired confidence or hope. Across the country, the message was unmistakable. People want a government that works for them, not just for the powerful or the well-connected. They want leaders who listen, act, and deliver results. The old playbook no longer works. Americans are demanding new ideas, new faces, and a new approach to leadership. The political landscape is shifting, and the winds of change are blowing stronger than ever. A new generation of leaders is stepping forward, ready to take on the challenges ahead. A new era is beginning, one defined by hope, determination, and the belief that government can once again serve the people. Mamdani's campaign promised more than hope. It offered concrete relief for working people. His centerpiece, a citywide rent freeze, giving millions stability in their homes. He pledged to tackle food insecurity with city-run grocery stores and food deserts, making healthy food a right, not a privilege. Mamdani's agenda champions unions, raises the minimum wage, and supports gig workers' long-denied basic protections. His administration aims to shift power from the wealthy few to the working many. City Hall will reflect the city it serves, with organizers and everyday people in leadership. His transition team, led by a diverse group of women, signals a new direction. The message: government for the many, not the few. The priorities are clear: dignity, security, and opportunity for all. A new era of city government is about to begin. The celebration in Queens was more than a party. It was a release of years of pent-up hope. As Mamdani took the stage, the crowd erupted, joined by progressive leaders like Ocasio-Cortez and Saunders. Saunders called the win proof that progressive ideas are winning ideas. Mamdani's speech was a tribute to the people, tenants, immigrants, union members, and young activists. This victory belongs to every person who believed a better world is possible, he declared. The hope is contagious. Neighborhoods once ignored now feel empowered. Young people see themselves in Mamdani and are eager to get involved. Even skeptics in the establishment are taking notice, forced to reckon with the movement's power. The political map has changed, and so has the conversation. The celebration marks not just a win, but the rise of a new coalition. Mamdani's victory is more than a local story. It's the beginning of a new chapter in American politics, one that resonates far beyond his district. It's a counterpoint to cynicism and division, showing that cities can lead where Washington often stalls or falters. Alongside leaders like Spanberger and Sherrill, Mamdani's win signals a new, diverse generation rising to meet the moment. These leaders break barriers, bringing fresh perspectives and inspiring millions of Americans to believe in change. Change starts from the ground up. built by organizers, activists, and everyday people who refuse to give up. Mamdani's campaign proved solidarity and justice can unite millions against entrenched power and old ways. This is democracy in action, and optimism is spreading far beyond New York's borders. The politics of fear no longer have the final say in shaping our future. A new generation is ready to lead with courage, vision, and compassion for all. The story of America is being rewritten, and tonight, hope holds the pen for us all.